But back to my point, when those people came out, it was an introduction to hip-hop in South Africa, or what we choose to call hip-hop, because I call everything hip-hop in South Africa, because niggas are rapping on Amapiano. Niggas were rapping on Kwaito. They can call it what they want, but the flows were Busta Rhymes, the flows were Slum Village, you know, like... there were so many records that sounded like Tainted Love for me, like those R&B records.
I was listening to my Babuzi recently.
Paps is a rapper.
That nigga, like when you listen to Clever and the way he comes in, the flow, it's just like, yo, man, it's so beautiful, man. Like, but as you were saying,
Bricks, Bravo, you know, all those people from that. And
Bravo, but was like
Bravo with the hair, fam.
Yeah,
come on, dog.
Bricks' pen.
Yeah, Bricks' pen is
wrote for a lot of your OGs.
Yeah, he did.
You know, so
for me, Zola's like super lyrical for me.
And you know, I heard
Zola's
a crazy story.
Like,
Zola's
like,
I think Zola was like,
wasn't he a poet?
Yeah, that too. But without like claiming it, he came in and matched the two, Kwaito and hip hop like fully.
He is like South African hip hop.
Let's not forget about into the TKZ.
Come on, bro. Come on, my guess.
You can't forget.
My guess. Can't forget about TKZ. Number one, Soti. Yo.
Even before that, like Izinja's album,
them niggas was rapping.
If you listen to Izinja, for me, Izinja's album is the best posse cut ever.
My guess goes in.
So let's look at.
Ready? Sure,
burp on the mic.
Let's look at those years, right? And then we see your Amus and your Wickeds and your Salvins coming to the game.
Yeah.
And your Pro Kids. And now we have the first elements of the sounds that are called Boss Paza, Boss Kanda, Wantola. And at the same time in the Northwest, we just didn't have it yet. But those sounds called like...
And which one is Paza rap?
Paza
is the Cape Town joint.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah, Kylie and them.
You know,
Pioneer unit in them.
Yeah.
And when those were being built, no one was calling them hip hop yet because they took from Kwaito, right? But just like Kwaito is a subgenre of hip hop for me. Yeah. Like dudes can call it.
I mean, it is, man. Like I always say this. Like when you listen to old interviews, like I take it back to this one interview I had as a kid. Yeah, Tebe. When they ask him about his inspirations,
is always like
hip hop. It's all Dr. Dre, like the way he was provocative.
For sure.
Like he adapted that from Snoop and Dre.
For sure. And a table like speaking Snoop for obvious reasons.
And
I got a record with Tebe. And we made a Amapiano song about Maglera. He used to party in Maglera. He know Maglera very well.
Shout out to Tebe. He's got a house in the Val as well. Like,
the celebrity.
Like literally a house, like a crib. Like he's got a crib in the Val for real.
Living out there.
So Sharpo, the 80s passed with Amu in them, right? The 90s.
I think came into 90s, was he not?
Yeah, but I'm saying like more in terms of where South Africa is. You know, I'm not speaking like actual timelines. And this is just like how I feel about it.
Okay, cool.
It was the 80s when they came out. They represent.
So they're the Rakims.
The Rakims are our POCs and our Buffy Cleaners. And then what Amu represent what came after Rakim.
That would be Wu-Tang.
Yeah, which is like just 90s, ne?
Yeah,
you know? And then now, you know, no. But Nasile Bojizi, no. That's how I feel about it now. Because now niggas are making like bags.
And that was a huge gap.
Niggas are making bags.
They're making bags.
I'd say maybe,
you know, I'm trying to speak about like...
I think then maybe Boma 2000, that's where we are.
Yes.
Not the 90s.
Okay, let's say like 50s time. Then,
yeah.
You know?
That's the early 90s where we are.
When I see myself in a 25K and an MT, I see when In the Club came out. Where it's like, Muto, one more or Liti like a team. Liti are Jeffy Sophia. Jeffy is from experience. My cadence, my movements, it
because it's holding something.
Street culture. You know, when I say street culture, you see Gijile Alaska. One tola Gijile Venzefi, like I thought what did Gama Bomo, Magrizena Bona Wakwata. Maratonza understand Rangira Manin Olu Stupunga, but about to school. Kwetsaland to buy wa mover tota ba to school no da o jile di Jesus e fresh ra mare mo na stup sa chesa ga yi le darame smamang. You understand, those are the elements that come into
must be ready to move,
looking like what you represent, you know. And that's also why dudes dress like they dress, you know. I called myself Maglera dope boy because I knew what a dope boy was in America. But I never wanted to look like an American dope boy. I wanted to look like a South African dope boy. I would tell you zesta ko kasi. Yo tejiling batwefili. A helmet e fell off fast. Shabuzet makala emo tsara yemo na baba maka you wanna tshwantse emo. Mash. One time I batlebo my emo. You swagging too hard.
That's too much
are you
attention.
selling dope in
That's too
SA
much
looking like
attention,
that?
Yeah.
Where? Because
Too much
let's give the
attention.
attention. You won't get robbed in the trap. You know, unless you got like them trap stars, that's for sure, you know. But it's like, and there's just certain things you say a certain way for, you know, trap niggas to know, okay, you really used to trap.
I'm really impressed with how far back you go with your hip hop knowledge.
Yeah, research is.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm
If you
20,
mind me-
I'm 25, 26 this year.
Oh, I dope. Yeah, so okay, then that makes sense.
My first experience of understanding South African hip hop was the first Hype Sessions disc, the red one with the dudes in a cipher.
The very first one,
Yeah,
sponsored by Smirnoff at the corner.
yes.
Yeah, that was the
Spaceman
first
was
one,
on
yeah.
it. That
Space
record.
Moon.
Yes,
Nah.
Spaceman.
Yeah, that record. Listen before you lose.
Don't get it confused. There's no such thing as local hip hop, just hip hop.
Yeah,
The
that's
revolution
that-
is
that's-
us. MCs on a mic like dun, 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 dun. You know.
Yeah, that was the first one. There was The Man as well.
I remember
The Man
I
is
was
the
in
record
college
that-
when they met that
Yeah.
dude.
He used to give him beats as well.
Yeah.
Really?
For real?
He used to produce.
That's crazy.
Spaceman was on our first mixtape.
Yeah,
That's
he was.
crazy.
That was.
But yo, if we're
first
talking
mixtape,
Spaceman, my favorite Spaceman record of all time was on Hype Sessions Volume 2 or 4. It was called The Horns.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember the horns. Not as not
There was a
like
kid. There was a kid who was from Madagascar, spoke French. His name was Onge. He made that beat.
Oh
He
shit.
was crazy with the beats.
I thought
was crazy with the
Beat,
beats.
who was producing a lot for Spaceman at that time? I thought it was someone else.
So nice. He was so nice.
I thought it was local.
I forgot what he called himself. No, he was he was studying with us. He was in South Africa.
And that is the same era of your emphatic tabs. R.I.P. Ben, that's the same time Sharper was around, really
Yeah.
fucking it up, you know.
Yeah.
And it was so special for me because of how little hip hop we had in Maglera.
Yeah.
Like we had no hip hop.
Fuck, man, I share those sentiments too, because like for me, going beyond Simonia Grooves and whatever on TV, like hype.
Yeah, you know when you're talking about Simunia Grooves, the playlist on Simunia Grooves, I knew them back to back.
Yeah,
We
me
knew-
too.
We knew the,
we knew the sequence like
That was
Yeah,
when-
everything.
and then when Channel Low was also merged.
Was, yeah, and then
because
they played on the
there was a
SABC
time when
one.
Channel O was a TV show.
Yeah,
on
and
SABC
then, you know,
one, yeah.
My
We knew
my
those
biggest
playlists
memory
are-
of those playlists and the reason why I got a grill right now was Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
That is the inception of Dope Boy.
Yeah.
When I saw niggas rubbing their hands, talking about back then, you didn't want me. Now I'm high. How is all me? You know? I was like, Maglera and country rap is the best way I can explain how I feel like I am coming through into the game. I am like a country rapper because Hababuaga Kasiaka Maglera, it is like the one with the least, how can I say, infrastructure too.
Yeah.
Which is why I have so much old school culture in me because
Yeah.
it's still very
It's still sitting. It's backwards.
it's still
They say
growing,
niggas
you know.
more,
Kore malite a manega ko kasinya ka no ke malite a loreng were inspired by dudes like me who were inspired by manega a pele. I am second generation Dope Boy in Maglera. The first people to flip yayo, move anything. That's why I have such a dope timeline of like the street culture at home too, because we saw it from like when the first fly hotels at home started becoming trap spots, or when the Portuguese girls started talking to black boys, you know, which is why like on Bottega I can spit all that, you know, Anthony Montana is
How are Portuguese in your hood? Do they own fish and chips and stuff like that?
you know.
Okay.
Maglera is basically like a mining town, bro, you know. And that is why I have so much of the number culture in my music too, because mining towns and the number are synonymous. So niggas also
break that down.
the nostalgic Nongoloza
nostalgia,
freestyle. That's when I was chilling with a lot of 28 dudes, you know, like violent criminals. And you see in the video. I was telling your brother, like 9 of the dudes maybe in that video, 7, 9, like gone since that video, you know?
Yeah.